Here we go.
Okay. I move the slide. Okay. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today to discuss a new library initiative called Tracing Race at Iowa State University. We'll get started by introducing ourselves. I'm Erin Anderson, and I am the Digital Scholarship Librarian at Iowa State University Library.
And I'm Hannah Skates Kettler. I am the head of Digital Scholarship and Initiatives within the library.
So Tracing Race at Iowa State University is a library-led initiative administered by the Digital Scholarship and Initiatives Department, relying heavily on the use of materials held by university archives, as well as digitized materials in the ISU digital repository and digital collections. And this initiative was established to tell the story of race on campus in a digital format. And we decided rather than have the library create a website and provide all the content and therefore just have one unit telling this story, we really wanted this to be an initiative that was open to anyone at ISU to contribute to. So to do that, we have established a biannual call for proposals that opens once in fall and once in spring. And this process will result in an iterative multi-year digital project featuring the research that is selected in each round. And so through this process of continuing to add the projects that are selected for each of these rounds, the goal is to build a collective narrative of multiple voices from across the ISU community.
So why does this initiative exist and how does it relate to civic innovation? What we see and what we have seen unfold in the past few years is an action and activism to really decenter institutional perspective and recenter and focus on the humanity and the people, right? And borrowing that activism and intention from the community, we've approached tracing race in the same way by decentering the institutional perspective that Erin alluded to that we could have easily done in the form of a digital exhibit or digital collection that was very from the library's perspective, and centered instead the history and experiences of communities of color, drawing on our campus community of students, faculty, and staff. And beyond that, I would say embracing the opportunity to engage with the community beyond students and faculty and staff with community members, insofar as, of course, there is a member of an ISU affiliated person on the project. So in flipping this script, where the library's role then really is to encourage, support, and facilitate digital scholarship in the various expressions that can present itself, that engage with the topics of race and racism on the campus, inequality, and activism of faculty, students, and staff on campus. And when I say ISU, or when we say on campus, we are thinking beyond just the Ames community. The core of ISU is centered in Ames, Iowa, but we have offices and extension and outreach in all 99 counties of the state. And so when we think of ISU and we think of campus, we're really thinking in a broad manner and including the rest of the state in that conversation. So a little bit about what structures there are to support this initiative. There's the project lead, which I mentioned is an ISU affiliated faculty, staff, or student. There's the initiative coordinator, the lovely Erin Anderson, who's presenting with me today. Myself as the initiative lead, and those two roles really are to facilitate these digital scholarship projects and to continue and make sure that this project continues in the years to come. We have members of our inaugural advisory board who are all wonderful to work with. Doctors Brian Binken, Teresa Cooper, Susan Vega Garcia, Japana Kellogg, Jose Antonio Rosa, Kenyatta Schomburger, Denise William Colts. And we envision in the fall, as we do the second iteration of the Tracing Race Initiative projects call for proposals, including 2 positions within the advisory board for additional student engagement and influence, really, for student advisory board members to come on board, and envisioning those as both graduate and undergraduate students to join us in the fall.
And I'll just end by sharing a little bit about where we are in the initiative today. So our first call for proposals opened in early February of this year. And during the time that the proposals were open, we encouraged anyone who is interested in participating to reach out to Digital Scholarship and Initiatives staff to schedule a consultation meeting to talk through their project. We know this may be the first time that some students or faculty are engaging with Digital Scholarship. And so we wanted to really encourage reaching out to our department prior to submitting a proposal, and also accessing some of the guides and resources that we created for this initiative and for Digital Scholarship. So through our Tracing Race website, we have a number of resources available there for anyone interested in participating in the initiative and working on planning a project. So this round of call for proposals closed on March 31st of this semester. And those proposals will now be reviewed by our advisory board. And they will make their decision on selected projects, and that announcement will be made at the end of May. And then projects had the option of starting in summer or fall. So our summer projects will begin in June, and the fall projects will begin in September with kickoff meetings for the project teams. And all projects for this round are scheduled to be completed and launched on the Digital Scholarship and Initiatives website by the end of fall semester. So you can look to announcements on selected projects, like I said, at the end of May, and then look to library announcements as well for the launch of the projects in December. So thank you so much for joining us today. And if you're interested in learning more about the project or have questions for us, you can contact us at digital@iastate.edu or through our contact form on our website at digital.lib.iastate.edu/contact us.
We look forward to innovating with you all. Thanks so much.